Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as to you.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Messi! Messi! From another planet!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
So, a breakthrough already.
Now it's Hullet. Now it's Hullet. And he welcomes it in. Mateus is onto this.
And this is Ronaldinho. And the shot!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Ronaldinho really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
The Netherlands with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's gone looking for safety.
That could spell trouble. And that's another throw.
He's a sharp little ball here. Fernando Torres. Now it's Batistuta. Griezmann. Played out towards the right wing.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Griezmann
Was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
and he was alert to it. Kimmich. And Zanetti.
That's really well manoeuvred.
Well read, nice interception. Quarter of an hour played. Now, what about a counter-attack? Mateus. Toure puts his foot on the gas. Played into space out wide. And here's Batistuta. He won't be happy with that one. Well, that looks a decent ball. He's having a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
They want to be quick to recover this.
Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
And it's Ronaldinho. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Lahm gets rid without sophistication. Quality ball.
And claimed it back swiftly.
Messi.
Messi will
Not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
And here's Torres. And this is Batistuta.
Oh, shooting chance!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Just eases him off the ball. Can he get it through? Arsenal trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Kimmich can so cleverly bypass the press. Goes for a shot! Really well taken goal. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again...
Bullet! Oh, surely that deserved better.
He was so quick off the mark there, read the ball beautifully. If only he could have found a half-decent finish.
Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mateus. And here's Batistuta. Aims beyond the defence. And here's Batistuta. What a throw in. And it's Lahm. Oh, good ball. Shoots! It's in! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Arsenal take the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
We are into stoppage time. Knocks it into space. That's a lovely, neat pass. Looking for options for movement. Now, can they get him away? There's the whistle for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
And the second half gets underway.
The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even...
Big chance! They've done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Arsenal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
And he's managed to get rid. That has been cut short. Threads one in. Ronaldinho. Rummenigge. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Looking to play him in. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He's in plenty of space here, and he's managed to get free. That's a decent clearance.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Nicely worked. Oh, not quite.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. And this is Battis. And a chance! Yes!
They are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Arsenal blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. And it's Lahm. Oh, he'll be annoyed at himself for not getting there. Now he's off and running. Well-timed, excellent interception. Tries to play it through. Takes a shot! Kimmich. Oh, this looks sharp. Great vision. Now it's Gullit. Matthäus. Griezmann. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Couldn't squeeze it through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Lahm. That is ended up in no man's land. Stood up well to him there. Tries to pass it through. Nicely weighted ball. Has a look and plays it forward. Zanetti. Looking for the run. Engages and forces him off the ball.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Matthäus. Now it's Gullit. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Not the most accurate pass. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And no, that was never going to make it. Kimmich. Oh, that's a key interception. Vieira. And it's Vieira. Can he get it through? And Batistuta! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Matthäus. Ronaldinho.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now, can they get him away? Griezmann. Ronaldinho. And he plays one through. Vieira. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Kimmich. Looking for options for movement. And that's been won straight back. Matthäus. Kimmich. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Van Dijk is there to clear. And here's Batistuta. And that will be it. The Netherlands suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. How would you sum up what we've witnessed?
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Now it's Batistuta. Van Dijk gathers from the goal kick. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Batistuta. Batistuta. Can he finish? And that was very necessary. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Pelé.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, just skips past his man. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And he's picked it up out wide, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, Jim, there he is, the much-storied Gabriel Batistuta. Fair to say, I think he will be a handful.
Well, talk about an understatement, Peter. He's Argentina's greatest number 9, without doubt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone strike the ball with such violence, if I can put it like that. We might well be seeing his iconic celebration in the next couple of hours.
Vieira. Nicely weighted ball. And here's Messi. Maldini does well to get it back. The Netherlands still without a single shot on target. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And here's Messi. Tomiyasu defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's cut it out. Looking for the run. Now it's Eto'o. And he welcomes it in. And smartly reclaimed. Looking to play him in. Has a look and plays it forward. Cruyff goes for a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Mateus moved on forwards. And here's Messi.
The Netherlands really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Now it's Pelé. Mateus. Pelé. Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. And he's there to retrieve it. And this is Batistuta. Mateus did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Played back in. Tries to pass it through. That's the keeper's ball. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Can he get it through? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, that's a fine interception. Yaya Toure. And it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Eto'o deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him. Arsenal have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That has been cut short. Ronaldinho. Well, that pass isn't the best. And here's Batistuta.
Batistuta really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And now,
how's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I don't think we need the stats to be on the screen to tell us about the pass completion rate, which has been obviously a letdown in this first half. All too often we've seen players left frustrated because of poor decision-making and just a general sloppiness. So I'm sure the boss will be getting stuck into his players to improve and improve quickly.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Chance!
I wouldn't fancy playing.
He's going for goal! And that has fair fizzed. Well, that looks a decent ball. Good read, needed to be. Mateus, and the counter is on. Now, can they get him away? And he's intervened well there. Now it's Cruyff, but just takes a shot! Ronaldinho. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Mateus. The Netherlands looking to pass their way through. Costa Curta is there to clear. Ball's gone out of play. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. And it's Batistuta. Threads one in. Vieira was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Messi. That is good strength. Hit into the middle. Maldini gets it clear. Eto'o. Can he get on the end of this? Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Vieira. And still we await the first breakthrough. Oh, that's well spotted. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Messi.
Substitution for Netherlands.
Well, height
Number
could make
23,
all the difference on these set pieces.
Number 13, Pele. Number 11, Ronaldinho.
Ronaldo
Number
with the
8,
clearance.
Mateus. Number 25, Joshua Kimmich.
Rummenigge.
Coming on the field.
And now
Number
a sudden
18,
chance to counter.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 20, Cristiano Ronaldo.
He won't be happy with that one.
6,
Now it's
Nedved.
Griezmann.
Number 19,
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He can run onto that.
Pirlo. Substitution in progress.
He's having a shot! Oh, crossbar! He's missed, but not by that far.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
Griezmann.
Arsenal truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
And it's Vieira. Gullit. Gullit. Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Arsenal finding their passes.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Vieira. Aimed beyond the defence. Played into space. Vieira. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a little off target. York. He was under real pressure there. Gullit. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. 5 minutes left on the clock. Looking for options for movement. Rummenigge. And he's had it nicked away. Van Dijk gets it away. Valverde is the team's great visionary.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Maldini. Tries to play it through.
Added time.
Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. Turns back here, probably the best option. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Stefan de Vrij. He's a very...
Nedved! Superb goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's got this place bouncing. Just listen to the noise all around us. Now they have all of this positive energy to feed off.
And he's intervened well there. There's the crossfield ball. Mkhitaryan. And this is Mkhitaryan. He's having a shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
And it's with the keeper. Inter Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. And that is as far as they're going to go. Engages and forces him off the ball. Distributed tidily. Dumfries. Dumfries purring through the gears. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Foot in. Now it's Gullit. And this face-to-face with... Shot a goal! Oh, it's come off the upright. Inter Milan were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's there to get it away. Nicked it back promptly. And it's Nedved. Felipe Anderson. Decent progress down the left. Could go all the way here. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Shoots! Really well taken goal. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he goes cross-field. Oh, it's Mkhitaryan. Mateus. 15 minutes till half-time. Oh, it's Pirlo. Oh, well measured. Darmian. And it's Barella. Looking to play him in. Felipe Anderson providing an outlet on that flank. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, that pass isn't the best. Darmian. Barella. Driving forward. Caught offside that time. Dumfries. And it's Mkhitaryan. Now it's Gullit. Now, can they get him away? Oh, there's a probing ball. Barella. Knocks it into space. Oh, super. And the finish! Oh, surely that deserved better.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Barella, over to the left. Barella cuts a frustrated figure right now. And this is Gullit. Big chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? He can get that clear. Totti. He's gone for goal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Totti actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Martinez. And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So it's back to business. Great vision. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Mkhitaryan. That's a little off target. Mateus. Nicely weighted ball. Picked out brilliantly. And Gullit! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Gullit really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
Çalhanoğlu. Dumfries. Zielinski. And it's Mkhitaryan. Mateus does really well to win the ball there. And he's ended up in no man's land. Barella. Looking for options for movement. And he was quick to react. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Not the most accurate pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Tries to pass it through. He's got away. Backward it goes. Oh, important interception. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Dumfries. And that has left him in a heap. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Always onto this. Nedved gets into a... There's the header! Totti is flagged offside. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Dumfries. Stefan de Vrij. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Ah, now can they counter? Gullit in acres of space out wide.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
And it's Nedved. It's a threatening ball. Zielinski given the lift of his goal. Chiellini wins the duel this time. And the through ball. Gullit has it out wide and in space. Nedved. Matthäus! Goal! Inter! And they've got their lead back. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Inter Milan go into the lead. And this is Totti, and here's the chance to counter. Played out to the right, Pirlo. And that was nowhere near his best.
Inter clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And he's there to retrieve it. Matthäus. He's shifting through the gears here. Played with speed from back to front. Gullit takes the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. Davids! And that's a real chance missed.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
That pass has been well intercepted. And Martinez! And he's managed to get rid. And it's Felipe Anderson.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Inter Milan have their third corner. Pirlo with the short one. Now the ball in. Matthäus! And one more try! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Nicolo Barella is by all accounts a jack of all trades, and I think that's a very good way of describing how this player...
Bullet! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous.
Inter Milan with the corner, they're first. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Platini. Lovely bit of skill. That's an imaginative pass. Played in again. Looking for options for movement. Nesta calmly anticipates.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Oh, that... It's Adriano! It's in!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Michel Platini. Barella and Mateus. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Could move up a gear here. Totti. And this is Hullet. Just eases him off the ball.
Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Can he get on the end of this? And this is Totti. Totti, he gets big. Yes, it's there! They're level in a trice.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Not the most accurate pass. He's a sharp little ball here. That is a brilliant interception.
Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And this could turn out to be one big kick of the ball. Ball on the spot. Can he? Great save by Dida. He has missed it.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
Can he finish? And again the keeper stands strong.
Inter Milan have their third corner. Pirlo goes short. And now they can spring out of defence.
Totti will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
And it's Nedved. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
Platini.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Looking to play him in. Nesta cuts it out. Nicely weighted ball. Totti, who does have an assist to his name. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Totti. Milan looking to pass their way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Now it's Hullet. Matthäus. Seedorf. Threads one in. Totti. Totti with the cross. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Chance here to counter. That is ended up in no man's land. Bergomi. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Matthäus. Oh, good spread. And no, that was never going to make it. Pirlo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Somewhat off target. Seedorf goes sliding in. Platini puts them all in. Thuram can get it clear. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Inter will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. This isn't bad at all.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. Second period then underway. And it's Totti.
Milan clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is. And it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
It's a searching pass.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Barella. Totti. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Mateus. Tries to pass it through. Nesta cuts out the pass. Mateus. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Milan choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Thuram does well to get it back. Ambitious ball here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Played into space, and he's intervened well there. Now it's Gullit.
Cambio di giocatori.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's been cut out, well played. And that could set him on his way. Oh, what has happened? Totti! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
The pass is intercepted. Inter Milan have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Baresi. And it's Nesta. Seedorf. Now Costa Curta. Mateus. Some really good ball movement. Shot, surely! Goal, Milan! And they've got their lead back. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. Inter really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And it's Baggio. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Costa Curta. And it's Seedorf. Seedorf touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
And Mateus. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Van Basten! It's in! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Milan are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Just 5 minutes left.
Barella. Nakata proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Probing pass. Good play through for the wide man.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Neatly clipped into space. Sommer claims comfortably. Now, what about a counter-attack? Dink through. And he welcomes it in. There's no flag. Oh, there's a probing ball. That's that, the end. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Well, how will we look back on that?
And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. The instantly recognisable golden locks of Pavel Nedved, Jim, a gem of a player, isn't he? So fiercely competitive and tenacious.
Yeah, probably the purest striker of a football I think I've ever seen. No one can hit it like him.
And he has that visible will to win and a supreme technique. It's a pretty compelling package.
It really is. He has got the lot.
Pass somewhat off target. Totti is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Hullet. That has not gone well. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's well spotted. Schneider. Nedved. Ambitious ball here. Leicester kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Well read, and the danger is averted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Pirlo. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Chiellini, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That has ended up in no man's land. Dida getting this one clear. Pirlo. Milan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there.
Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that is a little undercooked. And it's Kaka. Oh, it's Van Basten. And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And the counter is on. That is good alertness. Looking for the run, and the through ball. And this is Totti. It's Totti! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, the weight on the ball was just perfect then. If only they could have come up with a finish to match.
Kaka. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Good ball, good take. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Great ball, and he's in here. Pirlo. Costa Curta. Now it's Pirlo. Pirlo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mateus, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Adriano. Tries to play it through.
Adriano really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and Just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Kaka. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Kaka. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing.
Van Basten!
Milan with the corner, they're first. And he thumps it clear. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Totti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
It's Snyder! Now, who's going to be first to this? And the half-time whistle goes. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Inter really have looked a bit disjointed to me. Their passing has let them down in key moments, but that's also due for the need of better movement to create more options in the danger areas, something the manager, I think, has to stress to them now.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. So the first half brought no goals.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Wriggles his way through. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Pirlo. Pirlo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
Nicely shaped ball. Seedorf. And it's Snyder. Well, that looks a decent ball. No, that's been intercepted. Costa Curta. Now it's Van Basten. And here's Snyder. Engages and forces him off the ball. He won't be happy with that one. Nesta. Seedorf. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. And it's Maldini. Now it's Snyder. Milan looking to pass their way through. Snyder. Oh, good take in a good area. That's not going far. Pirlo! Nedved. Ah, now can they counter? Oh, can they get him away? Well, that's been cut out, well played. Maldini. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Done delicately, and he was quick to react. Van Basten. Pirlo. Looking to play him in. Chiellini spots it and intercepts. And it's Kaka. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Maldini. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And the break is on.
Davids looking for a runner.
That's beautifully weighted.
Dida
With the clearance. He's having a hit!
An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And this is Hullet. Chiellini. It's a pretty loose pass. Adriano.
Oh, they've broken out here, and this could be the moment. Van Basten.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Davids calmly anticipates. Looking for options for movement. Hullet being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Schneider.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Not the most accurate pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, this is a chance for a shot! Oh, that's incredible! And that might well be that! A finish of great intelligence. He just understood, and he executed so smoothly.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 9, Totti.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Pirlo.
Milan take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still...
Great chance! He has done it! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Milan could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a... Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
Inter Milan were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found... Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this guy, the supremely confident Hakan Çalhanoğlu, is always a good watch, Peter. He apparently considers himself the world's third best midfielder, but I'd leave that for the moment. He's a player that adds unpredictability to any team he plays in, and he's allowed to pull the strings from that central space he likes to inhabit.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Now it's Batistuta. Looking for options for movement. Totti gets into a good position. And it's Zanetti. Oh, important interception. Modric. In with the challenge. Looking to play him in. Nicely weighted ball. Now, can they get him away? Has a look and place it forward. Looking for the run. Now it's Nedved. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Çalhanoğlu. Nesta cuts out the pass. Now it's Batistuta. Tries to play it through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's intervened well there.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
He has found a way through. It's a throw-in. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And he's worked it through. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Nesta cuts it out. He just refused to budge, and he's got his way. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Pass is just off target. Totti. And it's Zanetti. Now it's Totti. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Batistuta. That's been slipped through. That'll be a throw-in. Oh, good-looking ball.
Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Half an hour played now. Oh, that's a key interception. Akanji. Modric. He's having a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. Can he get on the end of this? And he plays one through. And it's great chance! Goal! Inter! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's really changed the mood.
It's Nedved! Oh, denied! Brilliant brilliantly.
Nedved clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Totti! And he has kept it out somehow.
Totti really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Zanetti gets over and intercepts. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Çalhanoğlu. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And that's a throw-in. And back to the keeper they go. Akanji.
Un minuto di recupero.
Pass somewhat off target. He can run onto that. Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this could be the final action of the first half. It's a mighty effort! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Inter Milan leading 1-0 at the break. Here we go again then.
Inter really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
And it's Barella. Akanji threads one in. Çalhanoğlu looking to get on the end of this. Mateus, who does have an assist to his name. Ambitious ball here. That has not gone well. And that is as far as they're going to go. Dimarco. Barella. Now Dimarco. And here's Modric.
Modric really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Corner number 3 coming up. Oh, what a climb! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Zanetti gathers from the goal kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Barella. Now it's Pulisic. Çalhanoğlu. Still just a single goal between the sides. And here's Çalhanoğlu. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Modric. And it's Dimarco. Now it's Totti. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
He's a sharp little ball here. Akanji. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And that has left him in a heap. Pirlo. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's being chased here by an unwelcome guest. Modric. Çalhanoğlu.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front foot.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red.
I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
It's an Inter free kick. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Picked out, can he finish?
Oh, surely that deserved better.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Into the channel.
DiMarco providing an outlet on that flank. DiMarco stood his ground strongly. In by DiMarco.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
And that has been cleared. Cannavaro makes the interception. Great vision. Now it's Totti. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Nedved. It's Nedved!
And that would have been game, set and match.
Nedved really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Dumfries. Asllani. And it's Mkhitaryan. Now it's Rafael Leao.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Asllani.
Well, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Inter can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And that has put paid to that.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Always onto this. And they're not going to make any further progress now.
2 minuti di recupero.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. That's an imaginative pass. Aslani. Now it's Rafael Leao. Barella. Played out wide. And we're done. Inter Milan have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident, it takes hard work and perseverance.
How he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision, make those clever little late runs. He is, for me, the ideal teammate. The perfect blend of power, speed, athleticism, technique. Nobody, and I repeat nobody, comes close.
Pelé, the gold standard, head and shoulders above the rest. And the through ball. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Opts for safety. Van Basten is onto it in a flash. Fletcher, and this is Pelé. That is lovely. Pelé with the cross, and it's kept out by a stubborn... Oh, he's been caught napping. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Looking for the run, and he plays one through. Gullit gets through on his own, and the finish! Goal, the Netherlands! The breakthrough strike! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Paris Saint-Germain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Maldini. That'll be a throw-in.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Darren Fletcher. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, nice touch. Pinches it off him. Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. No, that's been intercepted. And that is a little undercooked. Darren Fletcher. Thuram. And Darren Fletcher. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff. Played into space. Gullit. Looking to play him in. Maldini. And it's Fletcher. It's a searching pass. And he was alert to it.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Araujo is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending.
The Netherlands really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Vieira gets a foot in here. And the ball's gone astray. And it's Thuram. Maldini. Pele. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And this is Fletcher. Can he finish? It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you'll have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
He's a sharp little ball here. Araujo. That's Maldini.
There will be 1 minute at a
It's
time.
Thuram. Oh, this looks sharp. Cruyff. Pele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that'll be the last act of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 7, Rijkaard. Number 22.
So we're into the
Maldini.
second 45.
Number 24, Lilian Thuram. Coming on the
Thuram.
field, number 8.
In the end, they found themselves penned in,
Number 10,
nowhere to go.
Zanetti.
Oh, he's found support out wide.
19, Roberto.
Real chance! The Netherlands come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to...
He's had a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Bullet has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Mateus is there, and he can pick it up. Fletcher makes the interception. Maldini. More and more pressure on the ball here. And he's whipped it across. Taken back almost at once. And it's Van Basten. Driving on and making good progress. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Thuram, foot in. And that's a canny finish! Goal, the Netherlands! And again they hit the front. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
The Netherlands get themselves into the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Fletcher. Cruyff.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Can he get it through? Vieira is the guilty party there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substitution for Netherlands.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Number 18.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Coming on the field, number 6, Nedved. Number 20,
Cruyff.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Now, can they get him away? Thuram. And it's Cruyff. Rummenigge. Now it's Van Basten. Nicely shaped ball. Pass somewhat off target. Araujo. Now Cruyff. And the pass is intercepted. Quality ball. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Vieira. And it's Ferdinand. Thuram. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now he's got space here. Floated through. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Araujo. Cruyff. Now it's Van Basten. And he's intervened well there. Searching pass he's played there. Vieira. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Roberto Carlos cuts it out.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Pass just lacking in accuracy. Can he get on the end of this? And that is expertly dealt with.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Not much time
There will
now
be
for
1 minute
anything
added
fresh to
time.
happen, I think. And this is Hullet. Oh, he's bustling through here. Thuram. And that is as far as it goes. The Netherlands can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster, that.
Hello attendees, this
So what do you
is
take
a
away
Lost
from it all, Jim?
Children's
I thought it
announcement.
lived up to its
Would the
billing,
father-
Peter.